Cat Country by Leslie Lump. Scene 1, The Plan. 1980s Midtown New York City corporate office. Grace enters. The telephone rings.
Grace Luke.
Who the fuck is this?
Grace Luke. Who the fuck is this?
Jack fucking Moran.
Shit. It's Rambo Jack. It's Rambo. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting a call from you, Rambo Jack. Shit. Shh.
Did you call me Rambo Jack?
I shouldn't have called you that.
Well, you're a fucking idiot, aren't you?
I'm not.
I have a report here in my hands that was written by a fucking idiot. A head-up-their-ass fucking idiot who knows nothing about the can business. A fucking idiot in the strategic planning department. The name on the cover of this piece of shit report is Grace Luke. That's your fucking name, isn't it? Isn't it?
Shit. How did he get the report? Yes.
What kind of a name is that, Grace Luke? Where are you from?
I was born in America.
Where are you really from? My guys tell me that you're Oriental. The only Oriental in corporate.
I'm not a rug.
You're not a rug. You're a fucking doormat. None of the cocksuckers at corporate dare tell me how to run my business. Those empty three-piece suits don't have the balls. And they're fucking grown American men. You are a girl. A fucking grunt. Probably from some enemy shithole country.
Give as good as you get. Give as good as you get. I know more about your business than any of your people do.
Like hell.
Your people have been riding on 1920s lead solder technology in your bloated operations with their cushy 9-to-5 jobs, just waiting to retire at 55 with full health. You can save a shitload of money just getting them to do a good day's work.
If we wanted to save the company money, we would shit-can all of corporate, starting with you.
You're killing your own business. I've been to all 78 plants. I analyzed your numbers. I know them better than your plant managers. I knew exactly where they're spending too much, scheduling wrong, and skimping on maintenance.
Piss-ass numbers. Do you think anyone would believe you? You're just an Oriental flunky.
Stop calling me names.
I can call
Robert
you
walks
whatever
into the
I
office.
want. Because you are nobody. No one will believe anything you say.
Is it Rambo Jack?
They don't have to believe me, do they? Every consumer group in the country is screaming that your lead solder cans cause blindness, brain damage, kidney disease, convulsions, cancer, and death. You're killing kids and pregnant women.
Shut your trap.
They're going to pass laws that will make you replace every single lead-soldered 3-piece can line with weld technology. That's 60% of your operations.
This country will never let that legislation pass.
Your business is collapsing, and you have your head in the fucking sand. Call me all the names you want, but you're not going to change that fact. You've got to talk to him.
It'll just be a fist fight if I get on the call. You're handling this better than I could. Come on, Grace, you can do this. You don't do easy, you do hard.
You're nothing but a gook-poon trying to destroy my business.
You called me a gookpoon.
I can call you whatever I want. Gook, dink, slant.
This is not like the plant guys posting nude pictures or talking about laundry tickets in pidgin English or saying that I have PMS.
Let it go. He went through a lot during the war. You know the drill. You want to move up, you got to be able to suck it up.
Well, look who just walked in. Robert Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald.
Hello, Jack.
You corporate asswipe.
Yes.
Did you approve this piece of shit report by your Oriental flunky?
It is a piece of shit. Let's forget about the report. Did you see the latest Forbes article? We're the can company that can't. Abelson's been dragged through the mud as CEO, who's totally out of touch, sitting up in that treehouse office with no connection to the real world.
They couldn't be more fucking right.
Abelson's only got a year left to mandatory
I'm
retirement.
counting the fucking minutes.
Our stock is down in the dumps. Your business is the biggest part of our company. Take a hit to earnings now, ramp up the cash generation. In a year, the stock will be soaring. Make Abelson look good. He'll be grateful when it comes time to name his successor.
You corporate asswipes are really good at wiping ass.
I'll send Grace to Chicago to work this out with your people first thing Monday. She'll make sure they get all the details to implement this.
Yeah, you send your Oriental flunky. I'm sure my guys can't wait to get their hands on her numbers.
Yep.
There.
He folds just like that.
The Chinese character for Crisis is a combination of danger and opportunity.
There is no such character in Chinese. I tried to find it the last time you told me that.
Are you saying JFK was wrong?
On this, he was right when he said his Poon days were over once he became president.
Let it go.
Why didn't you defend me?
Jack went through a lot in Vietnam.
You were there too.
Not like him. He was a POW. Beaten and tortured.
Escaped through the jungle, eating snakes, so the legend goes.
You have to respect the man for what he went through. Besides, he talks trash all the time to everybody and about everybody. If I make a big deal, they'll slap him on the wrist and I'll be branded a traitor. Then what does it matter? We won!
You won. You're going to sick his people on me when I show up on Monday. I'll be fighting tooth and nail to get them to commit to implement the savings and take the write-downs. It will be a living hell.
What else is new?
Nothing. Nothing is new. That's the trouble.
John opens the door and walks into the office.
Don't you knock, John?
What? What are you trying to hide?
Apparently that I'm an Oriental flunky.
Oh, I heard Rambo Jack was on the warpath.
Jack Moran agreed to the plan.
He agreed to squeeze 10% savings out of his business? That's like wringing blood. He agreed to the write-downs. He's going to take one hell of a hit in his bonus next year.
Grace is flying to Chicago Monday to work with Moran's people to make it happen.
Well, Grace, I guess all that time spent in 35 below going to every single plant in the country paid off. Frankly, it surprised me those guys gave you the time of day.
They didn't give me anything. Of course, you would know that if you read anything I gave you. When's the last time you went to a plant?
That's hazard duty. I get my work done here at corporate.
The only way you get your work done is putting it in my inbox.
Robert, I'm getting beat up by the Energizer Bunny.
Hey, John, I can see your jugular from here. Your heart is beating 4 for every one of mine. It's a shame that taking an hour at lunch to run 6 miles every day isn't doing you any good.
That's right, you're a woman. Hear you roar. We all know the games you women play to get ahead.
Get ahead? This is Can Plant, the land of iron giants with huge smokestacks. Only steel workers can jack the cans off the lines. No woman will ever get ahead on Can Plant.
We're watching you. The dumb ones who are sleeping their way up, the smart ones with their airtight hold of those numbers. Make one mistake, accidentally transpose those numbers on the financials, and you are going down.
You mean mistakes that you and the other good old boys routinely make?
That's enough, Grace.
You're laughing now, but we never go down. Not like the women.
No, you never go down. You were born with an oxygen tank strapped to your chest. You and the other good old boys who get together over coffee to buddy breathe. How can you fit it in your schedule? Your 15K training, helping women sleep their way to the top?
I don't know, Grace. Those women may have something on you. It's a lot easier to sleep around than to work the way you do. I can imagine some people might be into that China doll thing.
Knock it off, both of you.
Rambo Jack gives up without a fight. You ought to buy a lottery ticket, Grace. Oh, look, it's almost 5 o'clock. I better catch my train.
Someone couriered the strategic plan to Moran before we got sign-off from Abelson. Who was it?
How the hell would I know?
The plan was highly confidential. It's material inside information.
You think you're on top of this? Rambo Jack doesn't give up that easily.
You've got to stop that smart-ass stuff. I made you manager. I gave you the metal packaging strategic plan. If there's anyone who's on your side, it's me.
You've always been generous to work with.
I almost didn't hire you. I couldn't see you fitting in at all. A green bean counter from an accounting firm. But I gave you the job.
I felt like you had your sights on me the whole interview, like I was a peasant in the rice paddy.
You are not the enemy.
You've risen from manager to senior VP since you've been on my side. And I'm still technically reporting to John. He didn't even serve in Vietnam. Hey, want to review the numbers before I take them to Jack Moran's people? They're going to fight me on these. I need you to stand behind me this time.
I'll stand behind you. I always stand behind you. I trust you.
The city on the hill is inhabited by men
And
who are...
women who are aware of the trust instilled in them and their responsibilities. I know, John Kennedy.
Just don't let them know that we're cleaning up the business to sell it off.
They should be sold off. They have their heads in the sand. Every household in America has a microwave. Ask any housewife. Cans explode in microwaves. It's a dying business. You can see it in the dull of their eyes of the mechanics on the can line, the filthy factory floors, and the plant managers who say no to everything. If we pull this off, you'll be in charge. Rambo Jack will be gone with the business. He knows nothing except cans.
Dreaming of things that never were.
Only those with the vision of the true nature of the struggle survive.
You think that I gave up?
Rambo Jack's got license to torture me now.
Lose the battle, win the war. Abelson only signed off on the 10% cuts on Rambo Jack's business.
Wait. You didn't tell him about selling the can business?
One step at a time.
Why didn't you tell him? The whole purpose of the plan was to clean the can business up, sell it, and buy something that you could run. Something that will put you in line for the treehouse.
We haven't found the business to buy. The one that's going to take us to the future. One step at a time.
Why are you hesitating?
It might be too soon. I know how the line guys like Rambo Jack see me. They don't think that I've paid my dues.
Who cares what they think? They'll be gone. Abelson is retiring next year. The CEO spot won't open up for another decade.
I could take my chances with the next CEO.
It's going to be Jack Moran. He hates anyone from corporate. You'll be out. Where will you go?
I'll get something.
We'll have to start again, fighting our way up from the bottom. You think Abelson paid his dues? He's never run anything. He reigns like a king, high up there in his treehouse. He only talks to senior vice presidents. He doesn't even know, someone like me exists. And how did he rise up?
He came up through corporate.
We have to get him to choose you over Moran. Abelson can do it for you.
It's a long shot.
It's the only shot.
I wanted to make you a director. I wanted to promote you.
Why didn't you?
HR said you're not the right profile.
What does that mean, right profile?
It's not the right time. John agreed.
You talked to John about my promotion?
Well, he is technically your boss. Hey, nice chatting with you, but I gotta get home. Friday is movie night with the girls. Don't work too hard getting the presentation ready for Chicago.
I have an engagement, too.
Oh, that's new. You leaving so early? What kind of engagement?
It's an Asian professional networking event.
I didn't know you moved in those circles.
Not the right profile?
And you wonder why they won't let me promote you.
Disregarded worker toiling hard in the pit, was no one who could see all the things I could do. Ignorance and blindness made me sure want to quit, but you shattered the nightmare and you broke through, gave me hope. Why not? Had faith in me too, so true. I tasted insignificance and disappointment, was battered by the wind, a sorry predicament. Freed me from ignominy and gave me a place here, Lincoln ambition. The plan was so clear, dreams gone, going nowhere, nowhere. But I'm left in the darkness of the northern twilight. That day I sacrificed everything for you. This day your star shines bright, but I'm left in the darkness of the northern disappointment, I'm feeling the strain. Battered by the wind, full of scars and pain. You gave me hope, but I am following you in vain. Lincoln ambition, the plan was so clear. Dreams gone, still going nowhere, nowhere. This day, your star shines bright, but I am tossed aside, a casualty of the fight. That day, followed you for what you said. This day, your star shines bright, but I am tossed aside, a casualty of the fight. Ambition's gone, finished, never to reign. The dream is lost, can't get it back again. The dream is lost, can't get it back again. The dream is lost.
Scene 2, One Dance. A large auditorium in Chinatown decorated with a mirrored ball. Sig-mon is standing at the bar. Grace walks in.
Hey, Grace. It's me, Sig-mon.
Sig-mon, I haven't seen you since...
Undergrad. We hung out so much back then. It's so good to see you. It's been a while.
Almost 10 years.
No one's heard from you since you left the accounting firm. Haven't seen you at these events before.
It was a last-minute thing, not usually where I network. You don't get valuable contacts from hanging out with Asians.
A die-hard career woman. So, why are you slumming today?
I just needed to get away.
Want to talk about it?
No, not really.
How about a drink? I'm having a White Russian.
Sig-mon orders a drink from the bartender and pulls out his wallet to pay.
Oh, you're a lawyer now?
Hilarious, isn't it?
You couldn't write to save your life. I helped you write your papers all the time.
I was fresh off the boat. Wasn't born here like you. I got better.
You use your Chinese name at your firm?
Only name I have.
Isn't that the law firm that's been doing some pretty big LBO deals? I didn't think they hired Asians.
First Asian in my law firm.
Why aren't you working all night like the other associates?
Just finished a deal. The tombstone's as good as on my desk.
You should be working on the next deal.
I think I've got the largest acrylic graveyard of all the associates. Nothing else to prove. Yeah, I'm not one to stick around and kiss ass.
You'll hurt your career by having that kind of attitude.
Are you kidding? Wait, you think that crap like that matters? No, what matters is what I did for them today. It's a world of mirrors. They look at me and they see themselves. They see themselves looking good. You should know that, Ms. Career Woman. Besides, why are you here? Why aren't you burning the midnight oil to impress your boss?
My boss is trying to get me promoted.
Congratulations.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. Would you like to dance?
I don't like Cantopop.
What? Cantopop is the anthem of Hong Kong. It's unpatriotic not to like it.
Those songs have the same depressing lyrics about everlasting love, never expressed but always lost. Lovers always separate, and that separation is beyond the control of the tormented singer. Chinese love is anguish steeped in passivity, like drowning within 10 feet of safety.
Such eloquence. Now I remember why you had to write all my papers. Cantopop is code, you know.
What are you talking about?
You know, telling the people of Hong Kong not to lose faith.
You're kidding, right?
Anita Mui, the Asian. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anita Mui, the Asian Madonna. She's not really Madonna. She's a counterfeit, just like the Gucci's and the Cartiers on Canal Street. She's singing about puppy love now, about how dancing leads to love. How realistic is that?
Actually, she's singing about how friendship turned to love. Turns out it was stealth. You know, she didn't realize she loved him until she danced with him.
My point exactly. How could love be so innocent?
Well, it's not innocent. The lyrics are full of darkness and pain.
Like all Chinese stories, full of bitterness. Either trapped in communist China, trapped in Hong Kong, or trapped by white ghosts.
I like her story. She came from nothing, rags to riches, something I can relate to.
Everyone in Hong Kong came from nothing. It's a city of refugees. Everyone in Hong Kong has a rags to riches story. Give them enough time, and it'll be riches to rags again.
Hey, it's okay. You can stop fighting. You're among your own kind.
Didn't like you, you were never like this before. Is this who you truly are? Or are you an imposter?
You were cruel to me, nothing to you. Embarrassed to be seen with this fool. No pity for a simple refugee. We were friends before, but you wanted more. Chasing pipe dreams white boys couldn't give. We were friends before, but you closed the door. You thought you needed them to live.
I've never felt this way.
It's always been clear as day. This was always meant to be destiny.
Didn't like you, I thought you were forgettable. Couldn't see you as desirable. Now you're unshakable.
We were friends before, don't resist anymore. You've been fighting needlessly. Now you're tired of struggling and holding me. We were friends before, I can reassure. You were always the one I adore. We were friends before, aren't you tired of war? You can't win this one without me.
I've never felt this way.
You finally found your family. This was always meant to be history.
We were friends before, could there be more? Are you really what I'm looking for? We were friends before, but I can't be sure that what I feel for you is pure. I've never felt this way.
Stop fighting your own memory. This was always meant to be. Come to me.
Sig-mon and Grace go to Grace's apartment where they fall into bed together.
You haven't made love to a Chinese man before? You haven't? I'm the first.
Let's call the Guinness Book of Records.
Asian pride!
I can feel it.
What do you think of when you have sex with those white boys?
I think of nuns.
Nuns?
The nuns always picked the most beautiful girl in Chinatown and made her the Madonna in the Christmas parade.
I can see how that would turn you on. Being anointed the Asian Madonna, like Anita Mui.
They never chose me.
Those nuns were wrong. It wasn't about beauty. I mean, look at Anita Mui. I wouldn't say she's beautiful. She's a tough cookie. Can't hold her down. I mean, actually, you look a lot like her.
Can you stop with the bad girl fetish?
You're the one who thinks of nuns during sex.
They were so powerful with their long, dark habits, black stockings, and elaborate headdresses made of layers and layers of crisp georgette, and the long chiffon veils. Those incredibly heavy crucifixes that were carved in such detail that you would see the tortured look of Jesus Christ's face.
That would be the white guy on top of you. Yep. The torture look, I mean. Look, admit it. There's something very natural about making love to a Chinese man.
Are you kidding? It's like my whole family is watching me. Not just my parents and brother, but all the aunts and uncles and cousins.
You've never talked about your family before.
My family clings to a China that vanished decades ago. They are all full of superstitions and useless rituals. Still looking over their shoulders to see who is chasing them. I haven't had much to do with them, or should I say, they haven't had much to do with me for years.
Wouldn't have to do with you hanging out with white boys?
How idiotic is that? Who lives in a world where they are so afraid of white people?
Do they really see you?
My family doesn't see me. They just have primal instincts of how to survive if Red China goes to nuclear war against the U.S.
I mean, the white boys. I mean, would they marry you? I don't think they see you that way.
Marriage is the furthest thing from my mind.
I would marry you.
Are you crazy? What do you even know about me?
You know how those Chinese boys are? I mean, we believe in love at first sight. I fell in love with you years ago and have been drowning all this time when you were just 5 blocks away on 55th Street.
Why on earth would I marry you?
A nice Chinese boy with all that virtuous, pure love that can be broken down into micro emotions. I mean, I'm the most beautiful boy in Chinatown, admit it.
A lawyer at a white shoe law firm.
Yellow shoe now. First Asian. I mean, your family would think that you hit the marital jackpot.
I guess someone's in the mood.
Are you thinking of nuns?
Scene 3, Reversal of Fortune. Ma-mee's sewing factory. There is a Buddhist altar and ancestral shrine with 4 black and white photographs. Grace and Sig-mon walk in. Sig-mon goes over to the ancestral shrine.
That was 4 flights of stairs. Aren't we going to dinner? Why didn't we meet your family at the restaurant?
Because I want you to meet my grandparents, Loe, Nai, Gong Gong, and Popo.
You know I don't believe in this. So this is your mother's sewing factory. How do workers survive in this clutter? Wait, is this a knockoff? She could get in trouble.
It's the real McCoy. Ma-mee contracts with the luxury brands that you're so into. I mean, she's a legend in Chinatown. Put my brother Kaimon through dentistry and me through law school running the sewing factory. She's our Ma-mee, and now she's yours as well.
Sig-mon, I really don't think of her as my mother.
Ma-mee walks in holding a bowl of peanuts.
Ma-mee! Grace?
Mommy.
The prodigal son is here. Cannot forgive you for eloping, so we couldn't celebrate proper wedding.
Well, we had to be quick before she changed her mind.
Be good for once. Greet your father.
Sig-mon walks over to Ba and greets him.
You play mahjong?
I don't know how.
Too bad. I really appreciate mahjong. Take some. Don't starve yourself. Don't starve yourself to death. Not good for starting family. His brother chose a woman like that, cares so much about looking beautiful, so thin, refuses to eat, married 10 years and not even a peanut of a child.
Your brother married an anorexic?
Sig-mon is different. Sig-mon had good fortune. Ba and I telephoned your family. They are happy that you have joined our family. Ba and I, we are now your mother and father. They asked us to guide you.
Bring the wayward daughter back into the fold?
Sig-mon's fate is much progeny.
Sig-mon, are you going to weigh in on this? We don't have time for kids.
Buddhism says everyone has a fate. Oh, are you a Christian? His brother's wife is Christian. Will you try to bring Sig-mon to church?
I don't go to church anymore, but I don't believe in fate.
Yeah, why not?
The fortunes are all the same for people from China. Escape China, suffer in Hong Kong, come to Gold Mountain, suffer here. It's the whole refugee mentality. They believe their fate is to suffer. That's not my fate.
When we ran from China, we didn't know whether we would live or die. If you turned your head the wrong way, they would kill you. We loved our homeland. We didn't want to leave. It was so difficult. We had to run. Sig-mon's father and I, the two of us, made a pact. We said, if we get out alive, we would take our money, gamble it, double it.
Were you so lucky?
We lost all our money playing mahjong in Hong Kong. Lost all the money we managed to get out of China for a new start.
How is that lucky?
We got out alive. Have some peanuts.
I don't want any peanuts.
I don't think Mommy understands your way of thinking.
You could help, explain, I mean.
Hey, Mommy, give me some peanuts.
Oh, yeah.
I believe I control my own fate.
You cannot control your own fate. Nobody can do that.
Don't tell me you believe the fortune tellers.
I mean, I'm not gonna buck 5,000 years of history.
She thinks I have no power over my life. My company, a very large company in Midtown, my company made me a manager.
Oh, like a super.
Does she really think that being a manager in a Fortune 500 is the same as being a super in a building?
No, she's joking.
Talk laughing. That's all. I know you are talented. Sig-mon wouldn't have chosen you if you weren't. He so long to find you again. If Sig-mon says this way, then I must agree. These peanuts are really good, really fresh. You try them.
I don't want peanuts, Mommy. You manage your sewing factory, and I manage my company.
No, I own my sewing factory.
Yeah, Mommy owns her sewing factory. I mean, you don't own your company.
If I owned this factory, it wouldn't look like this.
Wait, you disparaged fortune telling and now Mommy's sewing factory?
The telephone rings.
Oh, it's Kaimon.
Where are they? We have been waiting a long time. People are hungry.
Hey, where are you? Emergency room.
What?
What happened?
What happened?
Christine lost the baby.
They were pregnant?
Uh.
What?
Oh.
Come on. What happened? I am your mother. Why do you betray me?
It's a miscarriage, right? It's not their fault.
Grace, I know you're trying to help, but you're not helping, okay? You don't understand what is happening.
Christine does not eat enough. How can you keep a baby if you're so thin? They didn't even tell me that she was pregnant. I could have asked the fortune teller. I could have done something. There are remedies. We could have saved the baby.
Christine can't carry baby. We know this.
Of course she can, if she wasn't so thin. Oh, she can carry a baby.
It's happened twice before.
Why do you say this? Why do you want to take away my life?
Sigmund, you should stop her.
Ma-mee,
It's not so. No, you can try again. Get another doctor. No, third time, fourth time, 100th time. Doesn't matter. People lost babies all the time. I lost babies. When we were in Hong Kong, we had no food. I was inconsolable. Ba remembers. I thought I would die for certain. Try again. I tried again. I tried again and again and again. And then I had Sig-mon. That's why Sig-mon is so precious, because I lost so many before him.
They don't need this right now.
Grace, this is not your
It's
fight.
better than China. You don't have war. You don't have starvation. It's easy to have a baby here. Have doctors, have hospitals. Try again. What kind of doctor is this? Get another doctor. No, what's so difficult? Is this as difficult as it could be for me? Can it be so? No.
Don't be like that.
No.
It's fate. Take care of Christine.
You join their side. I could never rely on you. You weren't even afraid. You were afraid to leave China. I carry the family here. I saved the family. For what? To have the family stop here? We could have stayed in China and all died.
You didn't carry the whole family.
We had to leave her. Forcing her to come here and live would be the worst life.
I told you 1,000 times, 10,000 times, save her.
Family shattered, old friends scattered, cross the boundless sea. Wasted lifetime, barren future, our reality. 3 meals, 1 roof, 4 together, all that you can ask. When hope surrenders, when fortune bypass, old times cannot last. Here you wish, there you pine, fate you can't divine. Buried matters, quiet slander, this you must resign. Sickness, birth, death, joy, luck, sorrow, all with you must know. What is manifest, life is just a show. Put us to the test. She was too ill, heaven's iron will was more brutal still. Nurse the heartache, dismiss the mistake for our children's sake. Don't be vengeful, no reprisal, don't forget kindness. Accusation, recrimination, is marriage meant for this? Endless yearning, constant suffering, sorrow enduring. Drown in pain's abyss, resent and languish in hidden bitterness. More brutal still. Nurse the heartbreak, renounce the mistake for our children's sake. Now the end comes, 2 of us here growing old alone. We're buried on our tombstone, we have to atone. Time is stolen, the line is broken, our burden is done. Decades together, centuries of family erased forever. Decades together, centuries of family erased forever. This is what we sacrificed to come here so the family could carry on.
Scene 4, It's a Wonderful Life. Sig-mon's law firm's holiday Christmas party. Sig-mon is leaning against the bar with a drink. Grace enters.
I got news for you. Bonuses were decided a long time ago. It has nothing to come to the office Christmas party. I never wanted to come to the Christmas party. Now you're making me go to your Christmas party as well?
I always love Christmas. The decorations, the Christmas carols. People are so happy at Christmas. The nuns would dress up like angels, and we would ride down the streets of Chinatown on a float with the most beautiful girl as the Virgin Mary. What should I get your parents for Christmas?
Oh, don't bother. I mean, we never celebrate Christmas. We're Buddhists.
Right.
I really don't want to be here. Let's get this over with. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen you in a dress.
It's Ungaro. I thought I'd better dress well since I'm being introduced as your wife.
It's almost like you're cross-dressing.
Speaking of cross-dressing, isn't that a rather feminine tie?
Mommy got it for me in Hong Kong. I think it kind of goes well with the silk dress.
The dress is Italian designer, not Chinese.
Well, it does have a Marco Polo Silk Road Kubla Khan Cortesian vibe. Let me introduce you to my coworkers.
Cheap suits. They're associates, aren't they? You talk to those people every day. How about talking to a partner? You can tell who they are from their expensive ties. I'll find one.
Grace walks over to a well-dressed man.
I'm Grace Luke. Young.
Leonard Stone.
I'm Sig-mon's wife.
Oh, Sig-mon.
Lenny.
Nice tie. Oriental too?
Yes, it's made in Hong Kong. Like me.
Hong Kong. I was there 10 years ago. Full of boat people and pickpockets. Sputum all over the place. Rats. Brings to mind your client, Tommy Shaw. Strange how he backed out at the last minute.
Might have sensed a sinking boat.
Like a rat. You know, when you brought Tommy Shaw to us, I thought, shouldn't he be using some ambulance chasing firm? Why is our law firm taking Tommy Shaw on?
Tommy Shaw? Are you talking about the Tommy Shaw?
Well, first Chinese-American fund manager on Wall Street. He came over with nothing and showed all the partition banks how to make money. I mean, he's a legend.
When did you get involved with Tommy Shaw?
Chinese American? Tommy Shaw said he was a Martian. May well has been. It's true he arrived in America with nothing, was taken in and taught all he knew by his mentor. He must have known black magic because suddenly he took over the firm and his mentor was out.
Jewish firm, right, Lenny?
Drew in all those investors with promises of exorbitant returns and then just bailed just before the market tanked. Left his investors high and dry, flew off in his spaceship. He's a pariah on Wall Street. No one would touch him. It was a huge mistake that we tried to deal with him.
So it's a crime to buy low and sell high?
How did he know that that was the right moment to sell? How did he know the market was going to crash?
If it had been any other guy on Wall Street, they would have said that he was a genius.
But it was Tommy Shaw.
You were doing a deal with Tommy Shaw?
There is no deal. Tommy Shaw walked out on us at the last minute. Seems like someone drafted the contract so he could.
I mean, maybe he saw another crash.
You had nothing to do with him walking?
He's the Martian genius, not me.
We gave our word to the seller that the deal would be consummated. Our reputation was at stake. Now we look like fools.
Maybe he's managing partners. Maybe the managing partners shouldn't be so sloppy in reviewing agreements then. I mean, the firm's reputation and all.
It's
dangerous to pin your fortunes on a carpetbagger like him, even if he has all the money in the world.
Hey, money is money, Lenny. You of all people should know that.
And you might as well join Tommy Shaw on his slow boat to China. Don't bother coming back here in the new year. By the way, the word is out on the street that you helped him, so don't expect a warm welcome at any other law firm.
Sig-mon, my God, what just happened? Were you fired?
Let's get out of here.
Sig-mon drags Grace out, and they go to the concurrent Christmas party at Grace's office.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Did you turn against your own firm to help Tommy Shaw? How crazy is that? Tommy Shaw is a has-been. He's done nothing for years. He's radioactive. Everybody knows that.
Tommy Shaw is the first Asian American to make it big on Wall Street.
I don't care if he has more money than God. He's never
They were
coming
screwing
back.
him. It's a bogus deal, and they knew it.
It's not your job to save him.
It was our job to conduct due diligence. We didn't, because they wanted to get his money. He was just a slant-eyed pygmy to them.
You were just fired because of Tommy Shaw. And from the look of it, you've been tarred just like Tommy Shaw. You won't be able to get another job on Wall Street. Tommy Shaw just killed it for you, just like he's been killing it for the rest of us since he took the money and ran.
Listen, if you want me to stay at this party, let's not talk about it. I'm going to get I'm going to get a White Russian. You want anything?
Nothing.
Sig-mon goes to the bar as Robert comes over.
Where have you been?
Oh, at another Christmas party.
Jeez, you were at another party. Abelson is about to leave. I wanted you to meet him. This is your only chance to get FaceTime. I want you to tell him about selling the can business. Cement it in.
Me? Why don't you tell him?
It was your idea. You should get credit. Are you up for it?
Yes. Yes.
Grace and Robert hurry over to the other side of the room to Abelson.
Al! This is Grace Luke. She did the metal packaging strategic plan.
Grace, looks like you'll be saving the company a substantial amount of cash.
Thank you, Al. It will make the can business very attractive for sale.
For sale? The can business? Who would be interested in a can business?
When we clean it up, it will generate enough cash to fund a buyer. I think a lot of buyers will be interested in the leveraged buyout market. It's all about cash now, not earnings.
Leveraged buyout? Aren't they dangerous? Reverse pyramids of debt that can come crashing down, destroying assets and jobs? That's sacrilegious in a company like ours. 100 years of can manufacturing. People have been with this can company for decades. They're not going to go willingly.
Our can lines are old and outdated. People in the can business are way behind in the times in productivity. It's the only way the company will survive. If we don't get rid of the can business, it'll kill us. We have to take the money and invest it in something for the future.
It'll be your vision, Al. A completely new direction for the company. Your legacy. Can Grace and I meet with you to talk about it?
You might be right. Get on my calendar.
Was that a yes?
I think so.
God, Robert, what a coup! What a major coup!
I knew it would be good for you to meet Abelson.
Thanks for that, Robert.
Yeah, this means more work than you can imagine.
No problem, Robert. I won't let you down.
I know you won't. And I won't let you down. I'm putting you in for that director promotion. You'll be John's equal.
Is everything all right?
And you are
My husband, Sig-mon Young.
husband.
There's been so much going on.
Kind of important, isn't it? Getting married?
Wait, is something up?
Everything's fine. We just talked to the CEO.
Oh, what about?
Sigmund, is it? Glad to meet you.
No, it's Sig-mon. Not Sigmund, like Freud. But my last name is Jung, like Carl. Good to meet you, too. Would you like a drink? I'm having a White Russian.
It looks like you've had enough for the both of us. So what do you do, Sigmund?
I'm a lawyer.
With which firm?
He was working on a Tommy Shaw deal.
Tommy Shaw. Kind of sketchy, isn't he? He took the money and ran?
They all do that on Wall Street. Wait, is he sketchy because he's the first Asian American to take the money and run?
Hey, no offense.
Ah, none taken.
Grace didn't tell us about you. This is a surprise.
You're afraid I'm taking her away from you?
You can't take her away from me. I mean, she doesn't belong to me.
You'll have to take better care of her instead of siding with your Vietnam War brotherhood.
I can tell you didn't serve.
What, because I'm not maimed by friendly fire?
I don't need anyone to take care of me.
Grace is doing fine by me. She knows that.
I'm sure you're right. Grace says you're always right.
Sig-mon has had a little too much Christmas cheer. Ignore him.
I have absolutely no Christmas cheer.
As a matter of fact, Sig-mon just lost his job today. Looks like I'll be the one taking care of him.
Scene 5, The Martian. Midtown restaurant. Grace is sitting at a table. Tommy Hsieh arrives.
Tommy, you're late.
Grace, Chinese girl with Christian name.
What is this about?
Peace offering.
Nothing you can do will make up for what you did to Sig-mon.
I not hurt.
You got him fired.
Asshole law firm fired him, not
They
me.
fired him because he betrayed his law firm.
No, law firm betrayed Tommy Hsieh. Bet Ranch on Deal would have taken me to the cleaners.
Well, you made hay with the press. They're calling you the Oracle of Catastrophe. You're humiliating the law firm, calling the partners 3 blind mice, making it seem like you saw something they were too incompetent to see. Back on your pedestal.
Back. Finally back. Been in limbo for so long.
You're not the Oracle. You're the creator of catastrophe.
No matter. Sig-mon worked hard. No matter Sig-mon worked good, they turned
They were
on
giving him bigger and bigger deals.
Grace, Chinese girl with Christian name. You too. They turn on you. Only one person so loves my heart. Highest virtue, she is so smart. Faithful worker, dutiful servant, good Christian girl. In the world of mortals, a single pearl. Grace, Grace, I love you. You fill their cup. Always there to help them until their time is up. Work hard, break your back, most Christian girl. Baptize virtue, always faithful. You protect them, they count on that. You are purest, you're the best, you're the best. Defend idiot, safeguard jackass. Right, noble, loyal, true, shame the rest. Grace, Grace, I love you. Why not love me back? I will not betray you or try to make you crack. Open your eyes, good Christian girl. In the world of mortals, a single pearl.
You know nothing about me.
Working for can company that can't. Everyone laughing at CEO.
He won't give you the time of day. He would never take a meeting with you.
Don't know time of day. Stuck in can with no can opener. He needs Tommy Hsieh.
He doesn't need you. Robert and I are doing the plan.
You protect them, they betray you. You're the purest, they are racist. They are racist. Reveal idiots, expose jackass. Bright, noble, loyal, true. Shame on you. Grace, Grace, I love you. Face the goddamn facts. They won't use you and stab you in the back. Monkey see, monkey do, one Christian girl. In the world of mortals, a sin. Who is Robert?
Robert Fitzgerald. He's the Senior VP of Strategic Planning. He's my boss.
Strategic planning. Ha! You can tell the future. You see up and say more up. You see down and say more down. Monkey can do that. You and Robert have plan. Let me guess. Clean up business and sell. Buy something new.
No.
Not hard to figure out. Grace, Chinese girl with Christian name. Tommy Shaw can help.
I can't give you any information. That's illegal.
Already did. Now you ask Robert Fitzgerald, Senior VP of Strategic Planning, to get me meeting with Abelson. I take it from there.
I'm not going to help you. You used Sig-mon. Now you're the genius that exposed this deal as a fraud, making it seem like you've got a sixth sense, alien sensory perception to smell a rat. Sig-mon's name is dirt. He's an embarrassment. They fired him and he won't be able to get another job on Wall Street. You want to do the same to me?
I teach you strategic planning, just like Mama taught me. No charge tuition. When world falls apart, you make your move. Americans left Shanghai. Mama, no, Generalissimo can't win without Americans. She worked with Japanese to make money.
That's treason.
Treason to give factories to Japanese so that they can use money to kill us.
What is the lesson? Consort with the enemy? Is that what you taught, Sig-mon?
Mama, never wrong.
Scene 6, Tale of Genji. Abelson's conference room. Grace is looking out of the window. Robert is pacing.
Keep it short and sweet. Remember, John Kennedy's speeches were memorable because he spoke quickly. No flattery. Al hates flattery. Grace?
Gosh, this is the first time I've ever been in the treehouse. I can see all of Central Park. It's Candyland from up here. Caramel walking paths, licorice roads. With the sun falling, the snow looks like icing sugar on the trees. And the carousel on 72nd Street is a birthday cake.
Grace!
I always keep it short, and I never flatter. We rehearsed this, Robert.
If there's any conflict, we're not doing good cop, bad cop.
Abelson enters.
Well,
The idea is to select a number of acquisitions that the executive committee can choose from. Grace, why don't you outline how we'll proceed?
We'll start with the usual things. GDP growth, relevant industry growth, inflation rate to give a benchmark. Move on to demographic changes, obvious ones going forward first. Aging population, increasing divorce rates, more women working. Less obvious, increasing minorities, potential bootleg as a
Portfolio
baby
analysis
Berber.
might be in order. Here is the latest model to come out of Harvard, your alma mater.
It shows the competitive position of each business and whether it orbits is accelerating or waning. We're not sure that the metal packaging management will understand this. They might take this literally and see our business as dogs or cows.
you mean Jack Moran, don't you? Who's to say he isn't right? That the company isn't some organism that swells and shrinks on its own. All we do is take its temperature with our inflation and GDP gauges, helpful to heal or excite. You think that we can predict the future?
Al, Jack Moran is living in the past. When Grace can go through his operations and find 10% savings just like that, you know he's been on cruise control. It's a dying business. Let's kill the dogs, suck the cash out of the cows, and move into the future.
Oh, those businesses you are trying to corral with your figures and plans are just a menagerie for husbandry. For all your intelligence and analytical abilities, don't you just sense each other out and fight for territory like dogs?
I'm sorry, Al, if I got out of line.
I'm not singling you out, Robert.
If the approach is wrong, we'd be more than happy to change it.
The future's not here. The writing's been on the wall for years. Customers vertically integrating to make their own cans, missing the boat on the conversion to aluminum, being killed by environmental legislation. The business press is right. We're the can company that can't. They blame me.
Oh, totally unfair.
doesn't matter. I have to redeem myself.
What do you want us to do?
Asia.
Asia?
What is all this business literature lauding now? Not American companies, but Sumitomo, Mitsui, Mitsubishi, the Japanese Zaibatsu. Sunrise orientation instead of short-sighted sunset. Not a 5-year strategic planning cycle that we can't even grapple with, but a 20-year horizon. Haven't the Japanese been dominating everything? Good God, they've become our major steel supplier. We play their electronics incessantly. Those Walkmans glued to young people's ears. We drive their cars. We watch their television.
I would never drive a Japanese car.
They've even captured the very essence of our lives with their film and cameras. They've consumed us. It's the phoenix rising out of devastation.
Grace. My name is Grace.
Grace. Do you know the Tale of Genji? The shining prince, so beautiful that men wanted him to be a woman?
No.
Most people think it is a tale of Japanese court intrigue, the ascent and descent of emperors. But for me, it is a tale of finding love. Despite all his sexual exploits, Genji finds love. His lady Murasaki, only 10 years old when he discovered her, he groomed her into his perfect love. I was in Japan after they dropped the bombs. There were young girls, only teenagers. It broke my heart to see them sacrificing their lives to save their country, giving their bodies to American GIs so that disease wouldn't spread to their Japanese sisters. Asia. Do I make myself clear? It's too late for Japan. We should have been there yesterday. I want you to go to South Korea to explore a business alliance.
I wouldn't know where to start.
Contact the Chaebols.
The Chaebols?
Have I overestimated you, Robert? Is this something you can handle?
We can handle this.
Grace. I'm sure that you can. I'll be counting on you.
Robert and Grace walked to Grace's office.
This is madness. South Korea? Dealing with Chaebols? They're corrupt families still profiteering off the Korean War. And what was that? That thing between you and Abelson?
I know it's crazy, and no one else in the company would touch this with a 10-foot pole, but it's what Abelson wants. It's his vision. If you do this for him, he will choose you. This is our way up the treehouse.
I never wanted to go to Asia again, not after Vietnam.
I'll be there with you.
Grace sits at her desk. The phone rings.
Grace Luke?
Young, you mean?
Sig-mon. What is it?
Ma-mee might be sick.
Ma-mee is strong as a bull.
Apparently not. Kaimon is trying to find a good doctor. These things can take a while to figure out.
So you have it handled. I have to go...
I think we should have a baby.
Sig-mon, you're unemployed. There's no way we can have a baby.
I'll get a job. I've been talking to Tommy.
Stay away from Tommy Shaw. Hasn't he hurt you enough? He's nothing but trouble. Who wants this baby, Sig-mon? You or Ma-mee?
Me, of course.
You never talked about having kids. Our marriage was not about having kids. This is our marriage, not Ma-mee's. Just because your brother and Christine can't have kids, it doesn't mean we have to. Wait. Did you take my birth control pills? Is that why they're gone? Have you gone insane?
Please, Grace, just hear me out.
I'm working with the CEO on the most important assignment of my life. He's talking to me. He trusts me.
Grace, you're only as good as what you can do for them today. Don't be a fool.
You are the fool for wanting to have a baby. I'm finally getting to where I want to go. No baby. I'm not doing this for Mommy.
Grace.
Listen, Sig-mon. I'll be working late and traveling overseas. I'll be gone. Someone has to support us. Stop talking to Tommy.
End of Act 1. There will now be a 10-minute intermission.